Hello and welcome to another live write with me, Kristin Spencer, head writer, ghostwriting copywriter at Literary Symmetry. What a day we're having, friends. I cannot tell you what a morning it has been for me. I was supposed to hop on here half an hour ago to do this live write with you, but life just is happening and I'm still dealing with things that were left over from a hack that I experienced. And if you've ever been hacked, I know you can empathize with me because everyone I've talked to who I told, they're like, oh no. Yeah, it's really crappy. It doesn't feel good at all. But hopefully now I have everything in place. I have so many safeties, probably too many, and it's going to cause me problems. But today we are here because I am going to finish chapter 2 right now. This has been taking way too long because I have so much going on, but I'm not going to beat myself up because I am giving myself space as I learn, as I grow, as I write another book. And then today, another book jumped into my head. I'm not going to talk about it yet because it's still in that squishy phase in my brain. But I think it's going to be fun, and it's actually going to be based on the 6-week program that I am debuting, I think in February. So that's going to be awesome. And if you're like, Kristin, my messaging is a mess. I don't know what I'm selling. I'm making money somehow, but I want a better base of consistency for the foundation of my business. Then in February, you're going to be welcome to join my first cohort. I don't like the word cohort, so if you can think of another word I can use, all of the businesses I know use that word, so I'm like, I don't know. Can I find another word? But anyways, you can join in February and we'll work through stuff together in 6 weeks. And actually in the week 0, I help you get set up so that you can start making your money back right away. Okay, and I have a hard deadline this morning. I will stop writing at 9:25 a.m. because I have a meeting about migrating all my website stuff so I don't have to deal with hacking anymore. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to finish out chapter 2. Woo! Oh, I actually didn't. Okay, I'm going to leave that and go back up. Live story analysis. Oh, sometimes when you write things, you don't remember. I learned to know the art of direct eye contact became something I could command. See, I didn't want to start 3 sentences in a row. Oh, 4 with I. So, boop, the art of direct eye contact became something I could command. I commanded it. So it's passive, but I'm still the active one in the sentence. Language is so much fun, friends. I love it. Okay. Now that you know how to be an active listener who can ask follow-up questions and teach your brain to care by being intensely curious, you're ready to move into the next stage. You are a successful story listener. And now that you have that, title well in hand, it's time for you to learn how to be a storyteller. I don't know, maybe that could be a little tighter. It's time for you to learn how to time for you to become an amazing storyteller. Okay. Because I assume it's maybe not that you're not a good storyteller. Who knows exactly which stories to use in what situation? I mean, listen, it would have sounded better if I didn't add that. But I'm not going to assume that every person reading this book is a bad storyteller. And I'm actually, yep. Okay, practical. Do I need that here? Practical story application. Something about the hearing test story, even though I mentioned it twice, but that's okay. As long as you pull out new information from the same story, you can mention it more than once. And then I always add a summary point. Okay, but I'm not going to do that on here because that will probably be pretty boring. Move those things there. Okay, what is chapter 3? Ooh, Unleashing Your Story Spark. I like that title, past Kristin. Good job. Do you notice I talk to my past self? Do you ever do that? And don't just say that you do to be nice, because I'll know. Oh, no, that's not what I want. There. That's what we want. Okay, and I'm actually going to copy this and paste this into this thing here. I'm going to move that all the way down. Scrivener is great for organizing. I recommend it highly. Chapter 3, Unleashing Your Story Spark. The idea that you can touch someone finger to finger and create a spark of connection. Oh, past Kristin. Nice. Learn to tell different versions of your origin story, elevator pitch, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, beginning, middle, and end. Practice enough to take the wobble out of your voice. Oh, I love that visual. Well, I guess it's an audio. Only share the stories when you've processed the emotions. I know not everyone will agree with that advice, that you should only share stories when you process the emotions. But otherwise that wobble might creep in. And it's not bad to share that, like, listen, I'm going through this. But when you have an audience who's there to learn from you, and then you put your emotions on them, they feel so awkward. They don't know what to do. So you're not really helping them. So if you're in I'm helping you mode, it's better not to process your emotions live in front of people because that's difficult for everyone involved, including you. You're not going to get the resolution that you want. But I'm not saying, like, don't be open about what's going on in your life. But if you're in a teaching situation, that's what I'm talking about. Practical application questions. To reflect as you decide whether or not. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Okay. I don't like this already. Moment between you. This is a problematic sentence because I've asked a question and I've then added a related fragment with a colon. It's not like, this is, you can see, this is a real thing. There. That worked out better. The semicolon. The colon is better there anyway. It's more like, boom, punch you in the face with awesomeness. Which is something that I prefer to do, is to lovingly caress your face with awesomeness. That sounds creepy. Put a smile on your face with awesomeness. That's less violent. I like that. Bark into... Just as is a fun, if you read my books, you'll find Don't Panic. It's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and I try to sneak it in everything I write, like book-wise. Don't panic. In this chapter, you are going to learn not only how to form the perfect I don't need that in quotes. Business. Not only are you going to learn, in this chapter, you are going to learn not only how to form the perfect business origin story, but how to create different versions of it, and also to build out the rest of your storytelling lineup. That's right. The unicorn in your pocket can change colors. Cool, right? Your story, I'm going to actually do a new paragraph. Your story is complex. There are different like any good book, the words that make up your life are split into different sentences, paragraphs, scenes or sections. I'm just going to use sections. Sections is what we say for nonfiction. Scenes is what we say for fiction. And this is nonfiction because it's your life. Split into sentences, paragraphs, sections, and chapters. Boom! See, my writing, my abilities of writingness come out sometimes. I'm going to have some coffee. Oh, I didn't even have the comments on. If you want to leave a comment and ask me a question, we've got 14 minutes. 14 minutes. Okay. And when you need parts of your story so that you can tailor your communication based on what your listener needs to hear, you should be able to change your unicorn's color fairly quickly. Fairly is a redundancy there. Quickly doesn't need that. Fairly quickly. It's already quick. But I like the way it sounds, but too bad. For clarity and concision's sake, I must delete. Should be able to change your unicorn's color quickly. Is that the right tailor? Don't know why I felt the need to check that, but sometimes you don't know, so you just check. You never beat yourself up for checking. Okay. You should be able to change. And this This one small ability, which you are about to learn, will make you stand out as unique in a world full of wannabe storytellers. What I want to write. This one small ability, which you're about to learn, will make you stand out as unique. You will be a storytelling Not everyone knows how to make their unicorn change colors. Because 20 20. Oh, I can't do this. It's too complicated. I'm thinking about inclusion again, friends. I don't want to say that. I want to say that conversation is more difficult for people who are neurodivergent, but I don't want to point them out as being other. Inclusion is difficult. That's why people hire editors, and certified editors are trained in with sensitivity training, like I was. It was really a huge chunk of what I had to go through. But still, it's difficult to balance even with that training. So I want to say these things, but let's talk to the audience. Is my audience necessarily neurodivergent? Probably not. Actually, I could write a whole book about, well, I'll let someone else write a book about communication for that. Someone who's an expert, because I'm not an expert in that. So I'm trying to help people who run businesses. Sometimes it helps. Like if you feel like I'm in the weeds, which is when your brain kind of stops functioning the way that it normally does, you have to go back. Like, who am I writing this for? I want to be inclusive, yes, but I don't need to pile all of these things into one book or into this one sentence. As I'm trying to say, I'm going to tell a story right now, actually. I still think this story is funny. Maybe no one else did, but it still makes me laugh. A deep well of betrayal rise up in me as I sat helpless upon the throne of toilet paper promise lies. I don't know if Maria's going to let me keep that in there, but it's one of those things where it's a collective experience, but also you're like, what am I going to do? Ah. I don't actually. All right. Oh, I missed Dan. Dan popped in. He had to leave for a meeting. That was nice of him to stop by. 5 more minutes. The goal is the spark. Before you ever formulate even your first business story, it's important to think about the why behind the why. Why would you use storytelling? What unique opportunity does storytelling give you as a person? The ultimate goal from every personal story you tell should be one thing: connection. There's a hair on my coffee lid. That's gross. Okay. Connection. That's why the spark is important. So, that's right, a magical one. This spark is the single most important thing about your story. I just got a thumbs up from someone. So thank you. You liked a line about magic, right? Oh, man. Okay. I actually got to go because it's 3 minutes past what I said. We talked about listening. Okay. That's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you for checking this out. I hope you had fun watching me write about a magical unicorn that can change colors and has a horn that can do a magical spark. Remember, your story is your power. I will talk to you later.